What's happening out there? Check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. There's a little talk to sit here outside my office until we see who all's showing up. Do me a favor. If you got good combo, let me know. Type it in down there. Let me know who you are, where you from. Yeah, sit here and let some of these people join in, get some people on board before I hop on my little soapbox. My little Saturday evening soapbox. What's up, Sergeant Hutch? Alright, we got some people popping in now. Make sure you let me know if my combo's good. I don't want to be sitting here just talking to myself. Hope y'all having a good Saturday. I hope you had a good weekend. Enjoyed some time with your family. What's up, Hal? Alright, good com. That's a good copy. Alright, we can let about 10, 15 people get on here. We're going to go ahead and step into my office. I got to get some shit off my chest. Who? Alright, we got people chiming in now. Let me know who you are, where you from. It's like knowing who are we talking to out there. Like look at my new scale right here. Measure up my fat bodies. Let me know who's got to stay after and do PT. Got that Joe on extra duty painted up my door with my new first sergeant symbol. You like that? Yeah, you do. Sergeant Hutch, listen to me bitch a little bit, huh? Back in the day, I used to have to listen to Sergeant Hutch bitch at me, but that was a long time ago. All right, Brooks. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Y'all stand by. We got some people showing up. We go ahead and get into the table. I'm going to step into my office here. Give me 1 second. Pop into here. Okay, here we go. All right, do me a favor. Grab some paper and pencil. Let's talk about some stuff. Some real world stuff that's been on my mind. But I might have some chain of command, just some observations coming from my point of view. Huh? All right, here's what we got. First of the things we're going to talk about tonight, some real talk stuff. All right, this is some stuff that some of y'all, if you're a little soft, you may not want to talk about. You may not even admit it to yourself. But the secret to being a good soldier is being self-aware. I think we all have to agree with that. Now, I found the longer I was in, the more self-aware I got. I recognized I couldn't do some of the things I used to be able to do. But what we're going to talk about tonight is, are you the problem with what's going on with you? And I only say this because we're sitting in a time where there's some real world shit's happening. What's happening in Desert Tail? I got some people chiming in now. Thank y'all for stopping by. So what we're going to talk about tonight is, are you ready to go to the show? And as I look around, I have the opportunity to talk to units all over the nation. I know for a fact that people are mobbing up right now, and I know most of America doesn't realize that we're still sending boys overseas. They're too worried about who's the president, worried about who's going to win on The Bachelor, worried about who's going to the Super Bowl, worried about not talking about the Super Bowl or the NFL, worried about a whole lot of dumb shit, when the real shit that's going on is some of my own brothers still farting dust overseas. All right? So we're going to talk about, if you're one of these people still in uniform, are you really ready to go? Because you're not going to have the whole country spinning up behind you like happened at the beginning of this war. You're going to have to go on, do about your business, and this may hurt some people's feelings, but quite honestly, a whole lot of the nation don't even know we're still playing ball. All right? So, are you the problem? I know as a first sergeant, one of the most frustrating things that would ever happen is when you know we got a mission coming down, whatever the mission. I don't care if our missions, we got to roll up to brigade headquarters and paint speed bumps. Still a mission. So what are you doing to prepare to go on that mission? Half the time you walk out there in the middle of the unit, middle of the drill hall, or back at the barracks, or wherever, Joe's sitting around talking to his honey on his phone. That's the only mission he cares about. That shit's going to get real, boys, and it's going to get real fast. No, I'm not going to get here and get into any OPSEC situation, but you know some of your units are right there standing by on the flight deck. You know they are. What? What's happening, Blanchard? What's happening, Petrie? Just getting on my Saturday evening soapbox. All right, we ain't going to talk about the past, Petrie. We're talking about the present. I know for a fact people mobbing up in Shelby, Fort Bliss, all over the nation, still playing ball. A whole lot of people that already been in, Petrie, don't have to worry about it no more. But there's still some young boys like Destel still may end up going to play ball sooner or later. So I just want to throw it out there that if you get nervous every time they pull out a weapon system, or you don't understand how to get your Pac 15 working, or you can't zero your sights, or put in a fill, or change a frequency, or put on a tourniquet, or any of the things you should know. If when that training stuff comes out, you start looking for reasons not to do it, you might be the problem. All right? And if you know that before you end up going overseas, you're going to go to JRTC or you're going to go to NTC and you're going to get tested real world. So you might be able to get by 1 or 2 times on this training. But real world is, you get to JRTC and you don't know your shit, you're going to be like a shining strobe light of fucked up. Sorry, I'm supposed to be toning back my language. Everybody's going to know you don't know what you're doing. And that's a fact. And that's not what you want. Because back in the late 80s, all we had to worry about was the Russians. Am I right? So it was a whole lot easier just to sit and train with something that might happen. Well, today, stuff's really happening. All right, as I sit here and fuss, y'all make sure you chime in. Let me know who you are, where you're from. All right? Always like to hear where everybody's from. Got me all worked up here on a Saturday night. Mostly, I just like to come see y'all every now and then. Now, this whole topic of our UTA problem is going to be on my new video. I just heard it ding, so it just got done rendered. So at the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and get up North Korea in the 90s. No, I remember well. Funny how they're still around. North Korea in the 90s was a problem. I guess it was in the 80s. Tell them, Sergeant Hutch, when we were worried about the Russians, Soviet Union. Anyways, I'm going to put this video up at the end of this evening. Put up a link. Go to YouTube. Check it out. As far as a rehearsal, like Randy's talking about here, you got to do it, and you got to do it again and again and again. Because if you don't do it about 11 times, you're not going to know what you're doing. That's fact. And I know you may look at me and say, wow, you must have been the perfect soldier. Well, I hate to break the news to you, but my bald-headed cartoon ass was a train wreck at times. I also was a young Joe trying to get out of stuff, and it don't benefit you. It don't help you. Because eventually you might accidentally stumble up, into a position of authority, and all of a sudden you got 30 dudes looking at you as a platoon sergeant. You better know what the hell you're doing. That's all I'm saying. Huh? So I got a challenge for all you boys out there. If you're young and you want to, you want to make it up this chain of command, do it the right way. Get your FMs. It's all in a book. I mean, sweet Jesus, it ain't that hard. It's in a bloody book. Now, turning that book into the practical application on the ground, that's a different story. You got to rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it. What's up, Stock? How you doing, buddy? All right, I'll get fussing and complaining. Let's talk about some better things. How's everybody doing? Doing all right over here. North Carolina's pretty nice. Weather's been good. I'm trying to think what's happening. I got some good news. I may be heading down to Camp Shelby to see some of my partners down there in Mississippi before they spin out and go overseas. And then I might be heading down to Florida because I might be getting a special invite to go to a memorial and take a little top on the road here some this year. So I'm looking forward to coming and seeing everybody. All right. I know Hudge is in Tampa. I know our Hart is. Let's see who else. Stock's on here. We got a lot of people on here. Gumbo night in Louisiana. Man, I wish I had some gumbo. That's good stuff. So, where's everybody else at? I got 22 people on here, like four of them saying something. Just chime in where you're from. All right, if you're just tuning in again, I won't go through. Hey, Sergeant Hutch, I think I'm going to be going down to Eglin Air Force Base. I'll talk to you offline about what's happening. Speaking of things that are going on, hey, one of our partners over there in Kabul, just so you know, Fry's all right, Hutch. I talked to him earlier. They just had that big car bombing where this dude rolled an ambulance full of explosives in, killed over 40 people, wounded 100 and plus. All right, let me see what all Vincent's saying here. Vincent's talking about you need to send some of these non-combat arms over to start doing some refreshers. No, I agree, but, a lot of these times they've got common tasks these cats got to go through. So, you're not going to send somebody from, a whole bunch of cooks over the infantry Everybody's going to be peeing in corners talking about who's better. What's happening over at Fort Campbell? What's up, Luke? What's up, Jonathan up in Fayetteville? Got some Georgia on here. Got some California. All right, Shane Bros on here. No, it's one thing if, like, you're going to go over, if you're in a guard or reserve unit, most of the time you're going to do some type of train up. Most of the time. If you're a combat arms unit, you definitely are. Whether you're going to occupy a battle space or you're going as a convoy security, you're going to have that type of train up. But I'll be honest with you, 8 to 10 weeks in Camp Shelby at Fort Bliss, it's not going to make up for you already knowing what you're doing. What's up, Thomas, out there in Hawaii? Man, I got a good friend out there in Hawaii. She's one of them crew chiefs on those Coast Guard helicopters that come pick you up out of the water when you got drunk on your floaties and floated too far offshore. Be safe out there. Anyway, I'm just saying that don't just count on a mandatory train up. All right, and don't let let's talk about complacency. Talk about this in the video, and I might be ruining a bunch of the stuff I'm going to say. But complacency is going to be your biggest problem. Especially Joe. You put Joe on the guard duty, you know that after about hour 6, he ain't paying attention to his perimeter. He's just thinking about his honey. Sweet little honey back home. Steady telling him how much she misses him. Probably over at his best friend's house. That's just I'm just saying. But his mind ain't going to be on his game. Complacency's rough. And if you're an NCO, you need to ride that ass. Make sure them boys stay in line. All right. We'll try and tone back on the Army talk some. What else is going on out there? Talk to me. I know over here on the east coast of North Carolina ain't nothing but basketball today, and Lord, everybody's got their head shook up. NC State beat UNC. I didn't see that coming, but good for them, I guess. I know a lot of y'all ain't watching football no more, so I'm not even going to get into that whole thing. Let's see who else is on here. All right, we got a pretty good amount going on here. I'll get you updated on some of the other things going on. Just finished this video. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to put the link up tonight. You can check it out. Second part of the comic book's already done. Hold on one second. I got Nick saying something. After being out of the Air Force for years, I noticed a lack of give a shit when it comes to taking care of your fellow people. Nick, are you talking about people in the civilian world, or are you talking about the way it was like when you were in the military? Let me know. Answer that question if you hear this. And I finished the second part of the comic book, so I'm trying to get all this stuff done. So I'm about to put in a big old order of a whole bunch of products, some t-shirts, some stickers, all kinds of things. When I get some money, go ahead and try and get all that stuff so I can see y'all, have some stuff there with me. Let's see what else going on. Watch this. I got my, let's pop back over outside. Piscatow. Let's see if I can get my walk on here. I don't know. I think I'm messing this up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'll be right back. Got a piss. My arms look funny when I walk, doesn't it? You can say it. I won't smoke you. Go ahead and say it. I know they look funny. It's a work in progress. Alright, let's see. Well, alright, y'all got any topics you want to talk about? Anything you want to chime in? Let's do it. After this, I'm probably going and taking a couple ibuprofens and crawling in the sack. I know, it's like 9 o'clock at night. It don't matter. Let's see. Nathan wants to know if they changed the APFT. Nathan, I have not seen the new PT test in action yet. I would say, I know that there are certain units that are taking the new test, and I don't know whether they're still measuring it or not. If any of y'all still here on extra duty, extra duty. If y'all still here on active duty, let me know if they have instituted that PT test where you are. I think maybe Fort Lewis, maybe even Fort Bragg up there got it. I'm not real sure who's doing it. And if you have done it, let me know what it's like. Isn't that where you gotta you gotta pull your buddies so far, and it's a whole bunch of different things compared to our standard push-up run and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. All right, raise your hand if you were EOD on here. I'm trying to see if me and my brother might head down to the EOD Memorial, take some Hilltop memorabilia down there, try and put some stuff up for auction to help them boys out. All right, Luke says they hadn't done it at Campbell yet. I got anybody on here from Fort Lewis? All right, Brandon said he's done the SRT twice at Drum. It's still in the test phase. Interesting. Interesting. All right, well, what did you think of it, Brandon? Was it harder than your normal PT test? Yeah, well, the things like land navigation, Derek's talking about the things like land nav and things like that. That's going to be a thing of the past. Blue Force Tracker and all that kind of stuff makes all them land nav skills start to disappear. That's a fact. So that's up to them NCOs to make sure those things are still learned. Because you're going to be in a bind, you get overseas, you can't even read a map. Let's see. Nick's talking about some of these younger guys out of school done mentoring or furthering in knowledge. Well, if we're talking about getting out of school and still in the military, then that's failure of the NCOs right there. All right, Cole, let's see. You need some advice. MOS from the infantry on active to non-combat arms in the reserves. Infantry mentality. Okay, here's what I have to say. I only was in infantry units. I was never in any other type of unit. I would say that there are some things that would be a whole lot different for you. Like you can't shoot somebody's ass and you can't do those kind of things. But I would say if you maintain a professional attitude, the things that you learn in the infantry will come to play in any MOS that you train with. Now, I know everybody will like, but oh, you're just in the infantry unit, because anybody that's other than 11 series they always think they're smarter than everybody. I don't agree with that in the least. But I'm saying I think that the things you know and how you handle things, if you maintain your military bearing, you're still going to be a good soldier over there, and they'll get used to it. You'll probably ease off some, then they'll come up to your level some too. So it'll help both ways. I think you'll be all right. You just stay online. You just make sure you make your deadline, show up on time, your equipment's clean, your bayonet sharp, keep your head on a swivel. You'll be fine no matter what job you're doing. Whoop. Let's see what. Yeah, I agree with Hutch, man. I tell you what, learning to read a map and use a compass, things that we just took for granted, them skills are weak these days. Weak. And you can see it because you'll be sending soldiers you think are pretty good. You send them to WLC or any of those NCOPD schools, and they back in a week and a half. Let's see. Brandon says that new PT test is definitely harder, but more fun and challenging. All right, well, that's good. That's good. Sergeant Cody Shuff's on here. What's happening, Shuff? Shuff's one of my original and best champions in Little Top. I appreciate all your help, Shuff. I like that picture you sent me of your coffee cup in there. All right, let's see. We've been on here about 18 minutes. We still got a little while. Shuff, what's happening down there in Louisiana? Not a problem, Fisher. Glad I could help, buddy. Let's see here. Oh, y'all might have seen up at the top of my Facebook, I got all them T-walls. I've got like a couple hundred pictures that myself, Sergeant Major Abear, and Captain McBride, I think Major McBride, all took when we were overseas. So I'm trying to put them together, maybe some either posters or maybe like a traveling art show. We'll see. I'll keep y'all posted on that. Oh, what's up, Drew? With your 4-paw all the way, buddy, all the way. Man, I'm glad everybody's chiming on. We got a pretty good crowd, 25 people on here this evening. What's up, Anna Cooper Johnson? How are you doing? Oh, hello. Anna Cooper Johnson and I used to work together. Boss Little Top around all the time. Wasn't easy. Made life hard. When nobody's around, she used to choke me. She'll say she didn't, but she did. Free stress. Don't even start that. There ain't no stress cards. I don't believe in stress cards. And you sure ain't getting no free dip. That's one thing that's a big change for a lot of people when they get out of the military. popping up in that office job, sorting in papers with a giant double dip of Copenhagen in their lip. How's that working out for you? Taking them licky chewies from Ranger School over to the insurance office. Well, Edwin, I'm glad you're chiming in, buddy. I'm glad you're chiming in. Hey, let me tell you from experience, you might be surprised how you can continue to contribute to the military community after you've retired. My producer, Josh King, that fantastic man that he is, retired. And then, in just a whim, he created me. And here we are today, 13,000 strong and following in Little Top Army, and getting ready to take Little Top on the road. Dan wants to know if I drink a lot. Well, that's personal. Is this like one of them psyche valves where you're going to send me to talk to somebody? I tell you what, I drink as much as anybody did that spent 20 years in the military, or a year and a half. I will say that my time in the military, I probably drink more than most people do. I won't totally blame it on that, just I probably do. So the answer is probably yes. Dan, yes. I'm not proud of it, but I probably drink too much. How about you, buddy? Does Dan drink too much? You ain't doing that customer service. Okay, you doing customer service over the phone? Or are you doing customer service face to face? And do you have a half-full spit bottle of Gatorade sitting there and then you knock it over all on their paperwork and stuff? Is that how it works? They'd be complaining then, won't they? Oh, my man Sar Lejeune chimed in. Eric P. Lejeune of the Louisiana Lejeunes. You know what I like about Lejeune? Lejeune, if you tell him to do something, Sar Lejeune get it done. Sar Lejeune, clear that trench. Who top? Sar Lejeune, fix that air conditioner so I can go poop in the coolness. Roger top. Sar Lejeune, I got a leak in my rear left tire. Roger top. That's a can-do man right there. You want to talk about somebody that leads? Sar Lejeune. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. I tell you what, Edwin, it's the best thing. I'm sure Lejeune's got a cold. Lejeune, Dan wants to know if you drink a lot. Let me tell you something. I might drink a lot. I can honestly say that Eric P. Lejeune drinks more than I do. I'll say that. I feel like as I sit here saying I drink a lot, I got the Duke over here staring at me. I'm sorry, Duke. I'll try and tone it back some. Well, we got Mark Cooper on here. Mark Cooper used to be in my unit when I was down in Louisiana. Mark Cooper's a big man child of a boy, great at carrying that 240. Then all of a sudden he just wanted to leave me. Ran down there where Sergeant Pickard was with all his spoiled boys sitting in that air conditioning. If y'all want to do something really fun, write Pickard, talk to him about how his boys are all spoiled and don't do good in the field. That giant man child get worked up and start flipping tires out back. Seen it happen. That's good. All right, Emmett. All right. Thanks, Philip. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna keep on with Little Top as I get more and more pages, built up. I'll try and get better. I know right now I'm just kind of sitting in one place, but hopefully eventually I can get this to be more interactive. I know that when I go places and I set up my whole booth, it'll be cool because you can come up and talk to me right there. So hopefully this year we'll get that going. Oh, why is somebody putting a mad face up? Somebody mad on here? If you're mad, say you're mad. Bring that shit out. Don't keep it inside. Put it in a little box in your gut. So I got heartburn all the time. Randy says retirees do more for 9. That is the absolute truth. I got to work 2 hours before work starts. Mostly so I can work on things I want to work on, then I got my ass chewed for that. So I'm not doing that no more. I'm still getting up super early. I get up 4:30 every morning. Every morning. 4:30. So I just like getting stuff done early in the morning. It's way more effective. Of course, by 2 o'clock, I'm about done. But I'm much better and early. That's why the good Lord gave us 5-hour energies. Go ahead and tide you over, you know what I'm saying? Then you get around to 5 o'clock, have that cold beer, and that'll take you a little bit longer. What's up? What's up, Yates? How you doing, sir? Ever see a Humvee on its side? No, I have not seen that. I do know it came along with that, probably a giant ass chewing. Hey, Lejeune and them boys used to call me all the time late at night. I'm not going to say I miss them late night calls, son Lejeune. I will say I miss all you boys down there, though. Let's see what this is. Hold on. Got told corporals are the only NCOs we need them to be. All right, Patterson. Well, first you're talking to an E7. Look up Corporal Alvin York. So you want me to tell you of the hundreds and hundreds of corporals that sat around not doing shit? You gonna compare all yourselves to York? Well, if that's the case, I'm comparing myself to John Wayne over here. To my right, your left. I'm not saying. I'll be careful how you talk to that 7. I get what your point there, Patterson. You in the Cav? Get me started on the Cav. I like busting the Cav's balls. Only because they tried to spin my beloved Lurch units over to the Cav. Pisses me off. History of them Lurch units came from the Rangers. They tried to make them Cav. Next thing you know, 5-6 years later, the whole damn thing's been disbanded. I'll be down there for long, June. I'm going to try and get down there sometime this spring, hopefully. I may be down there in Shelby in a couple weeks. See some of them Mississippi units. Taking that little top experience on the road. So, all right. So tell me some things. Let's talk about some things that are difficult for veterans to deal with over in the civilian world. I know I got my own. Here, I'll tell you something that here lately has been irritating me. In the civilian world, you can't just talk about what's happening. There's a whole lot of, you got to beat around the bush, and you go tell somebody how you really feel, then it gets back to somebody else, and somebody else is mad about it, but they don't tell you. So then there's this whole awkward thing going on, and everybody else knows what's going on, but you two ain't afraid, you two won't talk to each other. That's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. It may sound crazy, but it's much easier when a man just walks up to another man and says, dude, you're pissing me off. And the other man's like, well, you pissing me off. And they're like, well, why are you pissed? And then you tell him why you're pissed off. And he's like, well, that's not what happened. This is what happened. And you're a little less pissed. You work that shit out like men. Every now and then you might have to go to blows, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. Problem in the world is nobody hits each other anymore. Everybody got to get a gun involved or something. You just take it outside. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But let me tell you, an ass beating builds character. And that's a problem with a lot of the civilian world. Nobody's really taking a beating. Raise your hand on here. You've been hit so hard you taste that salty taste in the back of your mouth. Tastes like metal. You know what I'm talking about? You know what that's called? That's stage 1 of its own. Because if you take the lick, you taste that salty, metally taste in the back of your mouth, and you are still conscious, whew, son, it's on at that point. But that'd be good for the civilian world. Maybe you just need to have a little fight club in the basement. All right. Oh, lazy attitudes, all about me. Man, okay, do you feel like there's a certain cadence that you should walk to in the military? Have you ever noticed that when you go to an office building, they're walking at about 1/3 the pace they need to be? That shit drives me crazy. Not just a supermarket bin, all over the place. Oh, and then you end up going to HR. I went to HR because of you. Why don't you just step in the door and tell me what's pissing you off? At least I'd have respect that you're man enough to come talk to me. Not that you got to play silly games. And you know who I'm talking about on here. Silly ass games. You're welcome, Rex. Good to see you on here, buddy. Vincent, I went to college after my first time on active duty, buddy. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's an interesting time. But let me tell you something. You can still learn some things. When I got to college, after coming off active duty, I took the history of warfare. And I got to that class, and the professor was a female, Dr. DeLotte, McNeese State University down in Louisiana. And my little young cherry Joe ass was like, well, I don't want some woman talking to me about the military. Let me tell you something. I was a fool. Dr. DeLotte's one of the smartest people I ever met in my life, and that woman knows the Civil War, knows warfare. And she rode me like Zorro, and I learned more from her just about the history of warfare than anything else. So, just try and hang in there, buddy. There's some smart people at them colleges. You just learn what you got to learn, drive on with your life, hook. Yeah, that blood taste. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yep. You got to unlearn what you learn, but you'll still make it. Yeah, because you're still worried about when they can sell beer. Of course you are. Nobody wants to go to the woodline in the civilian world. Let's see. All right, all right. All right, folks, it's been about a half hour. Hey, gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try and get this video uploaded. It may take a couple minutes, but I'll put the link on Facebook, going to YouTube, but it'll hit YouTube first, all right? Anybody got any last things you want to talk about before I head out of here? Last chance, last chance, last chance. Dan from 82nd. What's up, my man? I'm going to get up there to the 82nd soon, buddy. Get up there to Fort Bragg, try and set me up a booth. You just took that childhood development class because it's full of a bunch of honeys want to be teachers. Vincent's no fool. I know what you're doing. All the way down. Later, Dick. You take care. Everybody at HHC, I said hello down there in 3rd Battalion. Who? All right, all right, all right. That's all I got. If y'all need anything, go ahead and write it down. You can always email me at firstsergeantlittletop@gmail. Whoop. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate your service and appreciate your following. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Little Top out.